All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. Amazon set to report earnings after the close. You see them in the bottom right corner of the screen here. We'll check back on that, but we're going to go over a few things today. We've got a lot of news to talk about. So obviously the Robinhood IPO today, and the story has been pretty much dominated by that news cycle. So Robinhood fading, not unexpected, really. Is anyone surprised here? Honestly. But then again, it may be held up for a little while. We talked about this possibly being a topping signal in the market. We talked about Blackstone in 2007. Blackstone IPO, highly anticipated, and we did a double top in June, and then the market sold off in October after they pierced that double top. And then we also had the Coinbase IPO, which debuted on April 14th. And Bitcoin, of course, topped out on the same exact day. So not to say that, this is the top here, but it is noteworthy here. So just keep that in mind. Also, in other news, Trevor from NKLA is going to jail finally. So that stock only down 15% today, but he was indicted on 3 counts of fraud. It looks like we're going to take out this green bar low here. If we take out this level, which is a weekly level, NKLA is probably done for. I mean, it's done for anyway. It's a fraudulent company, but just a little interesting action there. So finally, a little bit of justice done. So, but anyways, market's fading off just a little bit here into the close. VXX off the lows, but again, the equity put call ratio is actually at about 0.57 right now, so nothing's too scary going on. There is some hedging going on. Tesla's having a nice day. If we look over the daily chart here of Tesla, so Tesla pushing higher a little bit here, and honestly, we're expecting some type of correction soon, but with Tesla holding up, if Tesla pushes higher, that's going to lift the market. The market's not going to sell off with Tesla moving higher, so bear that in mind. Now, we've had a lot of cycle calls. They have been really correct. We know that. We hit the last one right here. We hit one in June. We had one in February. We were just wrong about the depth of it. And that's really it. I mean, it's just the equity markets too. We called the top in lumber here the exact week, and we had the top here in Bitcoin. I said as soon as we broke this, we would go into a corrective mode. So we've had some right cycle calls. I do have a cycle coming next month, but it's not for a little ways. It's a little ways out. So I think this market can hold up a little bit until then, and that's why I said, let's just back off of the VIX here. We're not going to try and add in. We made money on the VIX here last week, and we took some profits. Now, if you have no exposure to it, I have no problem with you nibbling a little bit here, as VXX is near the lows. But I think the VIX can go a little bit lower, honestly. I want to see that equity put call ratio get really skewed, and I want to see the VIX flush out one more time. But if you have no exposure to it, I have no problem with you nibbling a little bit just to get some hedges and get some exposure to it. But ultimately, that's why we take profits on this. You don't want to get stuck in the VIX. It's a tough trade. So dollar pulling back a lot today, so may want to come back and test these neckties here of these moving averages. So dollar getting hit a little bit. That's another reason why the equity market can hold up for a while. Speaking of dollar, gold having a really nice day. Now, we talked about this contract rollover yesterday, and that possibly being why gold had faded so hard, maybe just to get that contract to close lower, get those bulls out of the market, and get the weak hands out. There's the market closing, and closing just above 440.50, so 440.68 on the SPY. We'll take a look at Amazon in a few minutes to see if their earnings are out. But gold having a nice day, getting back above these moving averages. The real level is right here. So short term, this is getting above those daily moving averages is nice, but this is the level you want to watch on the weekly time frame. If we close above this on a weekly time frame, it's on. You're going back to all-time highs. So just keep that in mind. Also, GDX having a nice day as well. Again, we got to see a little bit more. I want to see it get back above these moving averages here. But nice day for GDX, and again, back on dollar weakness there. So if gold can continue to firm up, maybe we can look into some gold swings. So we'll keep that on the radar. We also talked about CGC yesterday. This one pulled back just a little bit. along with Tilray. So so CGC is one that we will look to play into earnings potentially. Okay, so we're just going to keep it on the radar. We're not doing anything yet, but we'll just see how it trades right before into earnings, and we'll try to do what we could, what we missed out on yesterday with Tilray. Speaking of other swings, Zoom having a nice day. So this one's nicely in the money. I was going to just cut the whole position for 10 or 11%, but the fact that you're closing above this red bar high tells me it wants to go higher. Now you did back off of the highs. You got to this gap fill here. We backed off, but closing above that red bar high is bullish. Look at the volume here. Look at the volume on the low candle. That tells me it wants to go higher. Also, Snowflake kind of pausing a little bit today, but I still love this pattern, love this setup. It may chop sideways tomorrow into the weekend, but I love this pattern here on the weekly chart as well. So still long this one here. Really liking these setups. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, not a whole lot. I think so. MasterCard and Amazon reporting. Let's take a look at Amazon to see if we can. Actually, we'll take a look at both of them. Not sure if anything major is going to happen. It did fade off a little bit into the final hour there, so we'll just bear with me for a second here. So Amazon getting hit already. So it looks like their earnings are out. Let's see what MasterCard's doing. MasterCard, nothing yet. But Amazon getting hit here. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull up my wire here. So Amazon missing sales, 113 versus 115 expected. Earnings per share 15 over 12.28 expected, and they are seeing 106 billion to 112 billion in Q3 versus 118. So that's not good for Amazon. Amazon printing at 34.48 now. Let's take a look at the daily. So that would take you down to about, wow, that would take you all the way below the 50. They'll probably defend that area, though. They should defend that area. So Amazon missing. Apple selling the news. Amazon now selling the news. Microsoft selling the news a little bit. So we're getting some pressure in FANG right now. Tesla did sell the news, but came back off the lows and had a nice day today. So interesting to watch this. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up here. We'll keep an eye on Amazon. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. Oh, also, really want to point this out. Another reason why I almost forgot about this. Another reason why I think this market can hold up. Look at what semis did today. So semis pulling off a nice rally, putting in some higher lows here and closing back above this pivot. Now, it hasn't made any sort of confirmation yet, hasn't taken out this pivot, but if the semis hold up, this market will hold up. So just keep that in mind as well. And yeah, we'll keep you posted on Amazon. MasterCard isn't out yet, so we'll just keep an eye on that. But anyways, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later. All right.